Coming up next here at RMU University, we will have election night coverage for 4 straight hours, and we will find out who will be the president for the next 4 years. Stay here. Welcome to election night coverage at RMU University, presented by the Society of Collegiate Journalists, live from the Academic Media Center. I am John Fisher.
And I'm Jana Jablanowski. Over the next 4 hours, we will be joined by more than a dozen members of the RMU Century Media team, and we will cover the national, state, and local election results.
And we are going to get straight to some of those results that already came in. But before that,
speaking of social media, we turn now to Chelsea Varela for more on that.
Thank you, Jenna. Tonight we'll be diving into the world of social media on one of the most important nights every 4 years, election night. And right here we have some Twitter tweets coming in, and right now we're looking at Pittsburgh trends. We have Vote Obama, I Voted, Election 2012, and South Carolina. All hot button issues right now that everyone is waiting on. We also have some election results in right now. As we turn to this map, it seems that Barack Obama has taken Vermont, and Mitt Romney has taken South Carolina, Indiana, Kentucky, and West Virginia, leaving him with electoral vote total of 33. All right, we're going to take it back to the desk right now.
Thanks, Chelsea. Before we begin to discuss the results, the winners, the losers, and what it all means, it is important to remember that the election is truly a celebration of democracy and patriotism. With that in mind, I talked to a Robert Morris employee who is nothing short of a patriot himself. Here he is with our national anthem, John Tucci.
As a tribute to our American flag and to our veterans, our soldiers, our policemen, our firemen, our paramedics, all our men and women all over the world, they give up everything so that the flag will always stand and this event in our days, in our lives, will always take place. As a tribute to all of us as Americans today, as all of you listen and experience this, please join and sing with me as we honor America and honor freedom with the flag by singing our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave? And best wishes to you. You guys have a wonderful night. God bless you, and God bless America. Have a good night, everyone.
Wow, what a great way to kick off the program. We would like to extend our thanks to John Tucci for his beautiful rendition of our national anthem.
excellent job from John Tucci singing the national anthem once again. The famous Robert Morris utility worker spoke about what patriotism really means in the heat of current day political beliefs with our own Jana Jablanowski.
Well, I said, when it comes to patriotism and politics, I think that our country needs to always remember what George Washington and all of us, our forefathers, have found is to keep that spirit of the freedom that our country is made of, and the freedom that we have with the American flag, and with the freedoms we have with going to church, with doing volunteer work, doing community service work, to being able to show that love to each other in our everyday lives is really what it comes down to in our freedoms, in what our country was meant for. So I try to always keep it perspective on that, and keeping it very simple, and keeping in a way that the tremendous way that our ability to be with each other and helping each other and supporting each other is what's so important in the patriotism of our country and the freedoms that we have in everyday life, which are such a blessing from God, and it's such a gift that we have them in our everyday life to hopefully help more and more people realize that throughout the world, the freedoms that we have is a special gift that we all can share with each other, and it's something we'll have for all of our lives.
Thank you, Mr. Tucci. There is no question that the presidential race has dominated the headlines. Reporters Patrick Ryan and Leah Fleischer will anchor our 9 o'clock hour, but we also asked them to help identify the differences between the man who is president and the man who wants to be.
Barack Obama or Mitt Romney? The choice is yours, and by this time, you've already officially decided.
Yeah, Leah, for the sake of clarification, we're going to break down the differences in these two candidates by the issues. A couple weeks ago, we asked RMU where their vote stood and where the issues ranked for them.
When it came to the candidates, it was very nearly split. 43% of RMU sided with Barack Obama, while 46% said they wanted to elect Romney, an advantage of only 5 votes in those who took part in this mock election.
When it came down to the issues, 65% of students said the economy was at the top of their list of concerns.
Unemployment was high, the Dow was low, and America was in a recession. 4 years later, no miracles have happened, though we have seen some improvement. The unemployment rate is below 8% for the first time since January 2009. The deficit is still a big deal because of what had to be spent to help the economy. However, between 2012 and 2022, President Obama has a plan to reduce the deficit by $4 trillion through closing corporate loopholes, spending cuts, debt service, money saved by not fighting wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, tax increases on those who earn more, and other ways.
If you ask Mitt Romney, he will tell you he isn't happy with Barack Obama's accomplishments. He will most likely go on to mention his 5-point plan. Romney's 5-point plan promises to create 12 million jobs by achieving North American energy independence by the year 2020. To achieve this energy independence, Romney plans to form coalitions with Canada and Mexico to be able to utilize better North America's natural energy as efficiently as possible. According to the Romney campaign's website, Romney also says he wants to provide families with the skills necessary to succeed. Romney says he will do this by giving every family access to great teachers and great schools. Romney also promises to champion small businesses. He'll do this by reducing taxes on job creation. Romney also wants to replace Obamacare with real health care reform that controls and improves care. While still in office as governor of Massachusetts, Romney managed to close a $3 billion gap in the budget without raising taxes. Romney also left office with a $2 billion rainy day fund.
Another social issue at large that the candidates very distinctly differ on is same-sex marriage. On May 9, 2012, President Obama released a public statement that stated his personal support for same-sex marriage. Additionally, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell Act was repealed under President Obama. When it comes to the issue of abortion, Obama has declared himself pro-choice. He issued a statement on the 39th anniversary of Roe v. Wade in January of 2011, reaffirming his beliefs, stating that not only is abortion a private matter for each woman, but going on to say that it is, in fact, a fundamental constitutional right.
Romney is adamantly against same-sex marriage and civil unions. Romney also supported the Federal Marriage Amendment, which would have modified the Constitution in order to prohibit same-sex marriage. In a 1994 debate with Ted Kennedy, Mitt Romney said, "I believe abortion should be safe and legal in this country." In 2005, in the Boston Globe, Romney said, "I am pro-life. I believe abortion is the wrong choice except in cases of incest, rape, and to save the life of the mother." Throughout his presidential campaign, Romney has vowed that he will end all federal funding to Planned Parenthood if elected.
It has been an active 4 years for Obama in many categories, and foreign policy is certainly no exception. During his presidency, he has withdrawn combat forces from the war in Iraq and plans to have all troops out of Afghanistan by 2014. It was under Obama's command that Osama bin Laden was captured and killed, a personal victory and bringing some closure to some Americans after the 9/11 disaster. Additionally, Obama is looking to help countries like Egypt, Syria, and Libya, enforcing dictators out by forming coalitions with other nations. When it comes to China, Obama believes the key is building a relationship between the two nations because a better understanding between these two superpower nations could make for a better national community.
Romney wants to maintain physical barriers in the Middle East, such as between Israel and Palestine. He also wants to compete with Asia, mainly China and Japan, economically. Romney has been quoted as saying, "On day one of my administration, I will label China as a currency manipulator." Romney also believes in the main principles behind Reaganomics, which state that cutting taxes bring economic growth.
there are many more important issues surrounding this election, those are all we have time for tonight.
Thank you, Patrick and Leah, for your excellent reports on Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. And now it's time for our first break. When we come back, the polls have closed in a couple of eastern states, and we'll take our first look at the returns.
And also, we'll have a special guest in the studio, Chauncey Alexander, and he'll give us his insight on the election. You're watching Special Elections Coverage on RMU TV.